Hi, welcome. It's Iona here at Wren House Studio. We're walking around the circadian compass of the year, moon by moon. This is our little map. You can find your birth month, and you can find the keyword that relates to your birth month, and that can become a real pal for you at any given time. I'm born in February, so my keyword for always is renewal. And to learn what that means for me and how that functions for me, it's always helpful. So I invite you today, as we move through the moon month of love, to find where you were born on the circadian circle of the year and find which keyword relates to your birth month and get to know that, get to love that energy. So we're looking at love, and that's a very tricky wicket. I mean, we're not talking about love as an emotion. I believe that would be good for us to put here at the very beginning of we're going to have 8 different sessions looking at this idea of love as a creative energy, as a creative tool, as a tool in our creative tool kit, so that no matter where we are in exploring our own creative energy, this moon month we're putting the focus on, can you love it? Can you just really love it? So in our last session we talked about the ancient poem from the Upanishads that in translation says, "Save the self by the self, never upset the self." Today I want to add another little poem in that we can each in our own way just kind of sense into, how does this fit for me? And it might fit and it might not fit at this moment in time. But you might want to scribe it into your journal. You might want to sit with it for a while. This comes from A Course in Miracles, and it goes like this. I am responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. Now again, it's like a koan, it's like a puzzle, it's something that we can sit with. I would really like you to take at least 15 minutes a day to just be with, what does it mean I'm responsible for what I see? I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for. Bring it on, I ask for, and I receive as I have asked. What does this have to do with love? And well, it has everything to do with the idea of love as an energy rather than love as an emotion. Because love as an energy, my pal Joey used to say, love is the glue. You know, it's like those crabs that live deep down in the ocean. And when they feel vulnerable, they exude glue out of their pincers, and they just walk around and they pick up debris, and they just put debris all over their shells so they become completely invisible. And I wonder how many of us think that we're being loving to ourselves by keeping ourselves invisible in some way, hiding in some way, not letting our gifts and our creative talents and our genuine, joie la vie, our love for life, kind of keeping it hidden and not letting it be shared, not letting it be seen. It's not easy. We know that. It's not easy to put ourselves out there and wonder if people are going to appreciate what we've got to offer, or if they're going to troll us or stalk us or in some way go after us. In the museum this past week, I'm with young artists, 6 to 8 years of age, and one of the artists just needed to go to the restroom, and she said, "Miss I, could you take me? I'm afraid." And I said, "Well, of course I can go with you. I wouldn't want you to ever be afraid being here in the museum." And she goes, "Somebody could steal me. If you don't go with me, somebody could steal me." And you think about what that feels like for a child to have that kind of burden that they carry on the planet at this time, that they can't walk through a building without needing to be in their own mind Obviously somebody's teaching them that they need to be aware, they need to be afraid, they need to be thinking about being stolen. And she repeated it 3 or 4 times. I don't want anybody to steal me, Miss I really need for you to walk with me. And so, a bunch of us went. But the idea is that we're looking at how we attract things to ourselves by what we're asking for. And as adults, we're all grown up here. As adults, we're still somehow playing out these old patterns unless we become aware of them. So I'm giving a little postcard prompt today. This is a postcard that just has a little visual image of being held, like that crab pushing stuff onto its body to camouflage itself. I would just like to suggest that we each kind of see that we're protected, that we're okay, that we can parent ourselves well as grown-ups, and that opens up amazing creative space. And creative space is loving space. And it's love as an energy rather than an emotion. So we're going to delve more and more into this, and it gets better and better and juicier. And every year as we go around our little wheel and we spend time with the energy of love, remember, it follows trust. And it leads to experience. So that's another wonderful way to work with this circadian circle of the year, the circadian calendar of the year. So that's it for today. I hope you'll like our video here and maybe leave a comment about how does it feel for you to consider being protected. Do you feel protected? Some days we do, some days we don't. It helps for us to be real and to recognize that some days we do and some days we don't. And yet to make space to be responsible for what we're asking for and to receive it as we're asking. Much love, and I'll see you next time. Much love, and I'll see you next time.